Have you ever heard of an FHA loan before and wanted more information about it? Hi, I'm Brandon Reck with the McCarthy Group at Realty One. FHA loans are mortgage loans that are insured by the Federal Housing Administration. Now, typically these loans are used by first-time homebuyers because of their main benefits, but you do not actually have to be a first-time homebuyer in order to get an FHA loan. Now, here are some of the main benefits as to why someone would get an FHA loan over a conventional mortgage loan. Number one is relaxed credit requirements. So with an FHA loan, the credit score requirements to get qualified are going to be lower than with a conventional mortgage loan. And in fact, you can actually get into an FHA loan with a credit score as low as 580. Number two, lower down payment. With an FHA loan, you're only going to be required to put 3.5% down versus 5% or more with a conventional mortgage loan. Number three is going to be your larger income to debt ratio. So with an FHA loan, when you apply, your lender is going to look at how much money you make and what debt you have to come up with a ratio that will basically tell them how much house you can actually afford. Well, these ratios are going to be higher than with conventional mortgage loans, making it easier for you to get qualified. And number four, you can close with little to no money out of pocket. So closing costs can be expensive, and typically the buyer is going to try to get the seller to pay as much of those closing costs as possible. Now with an FHA loan, the limitations on how much a seller can provide for those is higher than with a conventional mortgage loan. Once again, trying to get you to close with little to no money out of pocket. So these are some of the main reasons as to why someone would go with an FHA loan. Now there are some downsides as well. The first one is mortgage insurance. Now FHA loans are inherently riskier than conventional mortgage loans, and so they're going to require an upfront premium as well as a monthly premium. Now this upfront premium is not something you have to pay out of pocket, it actually gets included with the mortgage itself. Number two are property standards. So a property has to meet certain minimum standards and must be appraised by an FHA approved appraiser. Now if there are any issues with the home that are going to prevent the property from meeting these standards, they will have to be fixed before the loan will actually fund. So in this sense, the appraisal and inspection process are a little stricter than with a conventional mortgage loan. And number three are higher interest rates. So depending on how much money you end up putting down and what your credit score are, the interest rate might be higher than with a conventional mortgage loan. So if you don't have the best credit score and you don't have a lot of money to put down or don't want to come up with a lot of the closing costs, an FHA loan may be the way to go for you. Please reach out if you have any questions. I would be happy to sit down with you and talk about the more details about an FHA loan and if it would be something that would work better for you than a conventional mortgage loan. I can also put you in contact with one of my amazing lenders to get you approved and on your way to buying your dream home. Thanks and stay tuned.